Hey there. Chances are you're watching this on a smartphone, right? Well, that means you're holding a piece of 5G technology. And I know it feels like we just got it, but believe it or not, the future of mobile connectivity is already being built as we speak. So let's dive into what's actually coming next.
I mean, that really is the big question, isn't it? You've got 5G. It's fast, it works, but now what? What's the next big leap? Where do we possibly go from here?
And look, this is not some niche question for tech geeks. We're talking about over 3.2 billion 5G smartphones shipped around the world. That number is just mind-boggling. 5G isn't coming soon anymore. It's here, it's a global reality. And that massive scale is exactly why the smartest engineers are already working on the next chapter. Now, have you ever wondered how all this works? How your phone, made by one company, connects to a network from a totally different company in another country? Well, it is not magic. It's all thanks to this organization called 3GPP. They're the ones who get all the engineers in a room to agree on the technical rulebook, the standards that make everything just work. Which brings us to their latest and maybe most important project yet, Release 20. And you gotta understand, this isn't just another software update. It's way, way bigger than that. You should think of it as the bridge to the future of mobile tech.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The chairman of one of the main technical groups at 3GPP, Puneet Jain, he put it perfectly. He said Release 20 is the bridge between today's networks and the transformative potential of tomorrow. So it's not just about small improvements. It's about connecting us to a radically different world.
So how are they building this bridge? Well, this is what's so fascinating. Release 20 is doing two huge things at the exact same time. On one hand, they're beefing up the 5G we already use today. That's called 5G Advanced. But on the other hand, they're starting the really early blue sky research for what comes after 5G. Yep, they're already laying the foundation for 6G. And this is happening right now. It's not some abstract corporate plan. We're talking about thousands of the smartest people in the industry, from companies that compete like crazy every single day, flying to places like Prague and Madrid, sitting down together and literally building our connected future. It's a massive human effort. All right, so let's stick with that bridge analogy. First, let's take a walk across the side that's all about upgrading the 5G experience we already have in our hands. Okay, I want you to think about this number for a second. 36,000 kilometers. It's hard to even picture that, right? That is really, really far away. That's the altitude of some communication satellites, and trying to get a signal to work over that distance is a colossal challenge. Well, guess what? That is exactly the kind of problem 5G Advanced is being designed to solve. Release 20 is working on enabling voice calls directly over satellite. So just imagine you're hiking or out on a boat, totally off the grid with no cell service for miles. This technology could literally be your lifeline. And that's just for starters. There are a ton of other upgrades. The network itself is getting smarter, using AI to predict your movement on, say, a high-speed train, so you don't drop your call. It's also being optimized to handle the weird, unpredictable data bursts from new XR and AI devices. Security is getting a huge boost to prepare for quantum computers. And it's even getting greener, with new ways to manage energy. Now, here's a feature that's kind of a sneak peek of 6G, but it's actually starting now in 5G Advanced. It's called ISAC. And the simplest way to think about it is that it gives the mobile network a new superpower, radar. Yes, the network itself will be able to see things, objects, how fast they're moving, their position. It's not just for communication anymore. It's about sensing the physical world.
And check this out, because this sounds like straight-up science fiction. Ambient IoT. We're talking about a whole new category of devices that, get this, don't need batteries at all. They literally harvest tiny bits of power from the air, from radio waves or light. This is a total game changer, and it means we could connect billions of cheap sensors to, well, everything.
So you can see, 5G is getting a serious power-up. But remember, that's only half of the story of Release 20. So now, let's walk over to the other side of that bridge and look at the blueprint for the next generation, 6G. You know, the whole philosophy behind 6G is really about learning from the past. A bunch of the big industry players basically said, look, 5G got really complicated, so for 6G, the mission is to be lean and streamlined, to avoid all that excessive configuration and make it simpler from day one.
So what are those pain points they're trying to fix? You know them. It's things like spotty coverage, your phone's battery draining like crazy, or that little delay before your internet really kicks in. The dream for 6G is to solve these problems with a single, simplified, scalable system that just works.
And here is the really ambitious part. The plan for 6G is not to just build on top of 5G. It's to create a brand new system from the ground up. And that means it won't be backwards compatible with older tech. Now, that sounds a little scary, but breaking from the past is what lets them do a fundamental redesign, one where communication and computing start to become the same thing. So what does this brand new design actually let us do? Well, it's about seamlessly blending ground networks and satellites, so you're just always connected. It's about turning that sensing capability we talked about into a full-blown service. And it's about building a network that's AI native, one that uses AI to run, optimize, and even heal itself, all to power the truly immersive applications of the future.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds incredible, but it also sounds like it's pretty far off in the future. So the big question is, when does this future actually get here?
Well, the good news is these folks work on a very clear timeline. We are right at the beginning, 2025, as all this Release 20 work kicks off. Over the next 2 years, the final upgrades for 5G Advanced will get locked in. Then, the big one, 2029. That's when we expect to see the very first official specification for 6G. And that puts the target for you to start seeing the first commercial 6G networks right around 2030. So when you pull it all together, it's pretty clear that 6G is so much more than just faster downloads. It's a vision for a network that can sense the physical world, that merges communication and computation, that connects everything seamlessly. It's a truly beyond connected world. And that leaves us with just one final question to think about. Are we ready for it?